made one side a little larger than the inside, or than the back side here. So we got one size bigger here, one size smaller here. Our tapered tang should fit through there really, really nice, and our tapered end will go out this side. I'm not going to take this handle down all the way yet. Just going to get it flattened out a little bit on two sides so that it'll be easier to sand it down when the time comes on a sander. Alright, so we've heat treated and tempered our blade now. So we heat treated it and then we put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 2 hours. And now we need to look at our handle fit up. See which way we want the handle to go on and how things are going to fit up. Because we don't want to crack this handle while we're putting it on. So we need to work it on there kind of gentle. We also need to get some epoxy on here. Once we're convinced our fit up's going to be okay. We're going to want to get some epoxy in here. Okay, I don't want to drill a bigger hole in this handle than I've already got. But I got quite a ways to go and I don't want to crack the handle, even though it's hardwood maple. I don't want to crack it either. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat the end of this tang up right in here in the forge. And just burn this handle the rest of the way on until it seats, then pull it off and get it glued up and epoxied in place. Okay, we're seated right there. Okay, so now we've got this thing seated where we want it. We need to epoxy things up, and then we can work on trimming everything down to where we want it. We've got to peen this over on top of this. First, we'll drop this on top at the very end and peen it down. You may have to grind that down just a little bit to make a notch for that to fit into. And that's not a big deal either. Right. Squeeze out some epoxy on here, just like that. Put our blade in here real quick. Get our handle back on there. Like that to the seat point. Wipe any residue off and let that run down the blade. Now I'm going to take a bit of this epoxy here and make sure that it goes down in this very edge right here in the front, where I've got a gap from that hole being there. I'm going to go ahead and drip some epoxy down inside there. I'll let that run down inside, just like that. I'm actually going to put this in the vise. That stuff I'm using is just Best Hardware Super Strength 2-part epoxy. Set time is 30 minutes on it. Excuse me, I think I said 5, but so it's a 30-minute set time. So instead of 45 minutes, I'm probably going to leave it sit here for at least an hour before I start messing around with it, because remember, I've still got to trim and peen that backside where it comes through, the tang comes through the handle, and then I've got to shape the handle and finish up the knife. So, all right, so now we turn this thing over and we drop that washer right over the top of our tang and just epoxied everything right there. We'll let that dry, and then we'll grind some of that tang off, and then we'll peen it over, and then we can start working on shaping our handle.